Good morning. It's September 1st, 2015. Big day today. My new podcast with Bryn Jackson launched. It's called Immutable, which means cannot be changed. Bryn came up with the name because you can't change a podcast after you publish it. I'm cool with it. It's a programming term, so I'm into it. It's immutable.fm. That's it. Also, we're Immutable FM on Twitter, so feel free to check that out. Give it a listen. It's cool. It's like 5 3-minute segments, so it's 15 minutes long. And we just talk about whatever. Lots of questions. So people ask questions on Slack or Twitter or whatever. Like how do you pick fonts? How do you leave a side project? What else do we talk about? Just about tools and prototyping tools and whatnot for design. Lots of different stuff. It's kind of a mix between development and design topics because Bryn's a designer and developer. So, it's good. Excited about that. Had a call this morning with a nonprofit. Working on a new donate page for them. Pretty excited. I think we're going to use Stripe over Braintree because the Stripe button is just so dang awesome. It's like those amazing animations the Kickoff guys did. It's so good. And you get that amazing Stripe app. I don't know. As much as I want to like Braintree, even before I worked there, or for them, sort of, they own Venmo, if you don't know. And PayPal owns Braintree. But so Braintree has free, no transactions on your first $50,000 of transactions, which is huge. It's a lot of money. Kind of 3% of times 2.9. Yeah, it's like $1,500. It's not bad. Plus 30 cents a transaction. Whatever. It's a sizable amount of money. Less than $2,000 though. But all the Stripe stuff is just so pretty, and you get that pretty iPhone app. I don't know. It's hard to not use them, and they support Bitcoin now too. Not that I care, but some people do. The biggest thing with Braintree is you get free PayPal integration. But you could just use PayPal via Braintree only and then use Stripe for everything else because it's, I don't know. But I think they're going to choose Stripe because they don't care about PayPal. And they like the form, the way it looks, because it's really nice. So today is also a new Google logo. Kind of crazy. I don't know. I like it. It's definitely more modern because it's flat instead of the embossed stuff. It's not serify anymore. It definitely looks weird because I've seen the old Google logo for so many years, but I think overall I like it. I don't know. It's good. The video is really good. I'll link it. Yeah. So today, it's a Tuesday. Should be my last day, my client, hopefully. Yeah. Let's figure out what's next. Still looking for work. I need to send some more emails and try harder. Stayed up till 4. Ugh. Just watching Netflix. Couldn't sleep. No reason really. Just I don't know. Yeah. So today's an interesting day. It's September 1st. The Apple event for iOS 9 and watchOS 2 and probably iPhone 6S, whichever, is coming out. Or the announcement is a week from tomorrow. So normally the goal for iOS 9 apps is to get them done by the 1st, which is today. I know one I worked on at a previous company is not finished like it was planned to be. I know my clients is done, so that's cool. And I'm working on another project with them. The watch app's been done for weeks. I'm rebuilding their main app It was some previous engineer's first Swift app, so it's not good. It's fine. I mean, like some of it I'm actually impressed with that they, got to figure out. Or like some of the screens I'm actually like, oh, I wouldn't have done it that way. It's my first app. Like that's impressive. And then a lot of it's just like, there's just so much global state. I think that's the biggest thing as a new developer that you should avoid. That's just like tempting to not do is global state. So there's just a bunch of like free variables that contained JSON dictionaries of their whole data store with no models. So the whole app was all controllers, and IB. That was it, and a huge app delegate. So, I mean, nothing against this guy. Like, it's fine, whatever. But there was a ton of code in a lot of places for like self-erode index path. Excuse me. That like getting all their data out of the JSON dictionary, or like the JSON like data stores, and massaging it into cells, and then their scrolling performance sucks because it's doing like a lot of stuff for all of this. So I switched all of this into a framework that loads the JSON and puts it into structs, and I have tests that see like the data goes into the structs like I expect it. And now it's really simple to connect that to a cell because it's just like, model object dot title, and it gives me the title, which is calculated from all these other things, and that's cached. So that was a big improvement. Also, they have like searching logic in tons of places, and now that's all like encapsulated. There's one like method on the objects controller that's like search. You give it a string, you give it back an array of objects. I don't know. Most of the work's just been like encapsulating previous things. And I'm also using static, which is the framework I wrote at Venmo for table views. Using that a ton, which has been amazing. I've already actually added 2 PRs to static, adding little features I wanted as I was building this. So it's been really good. I'm probably going to add another like feature or 2 today. But yeah. I'm thinking about making an app by iOS 9 if I don't have any more work. That'll be... So historically, they'll announce the GM of the SDK on a week from Wednesday. After the keynote. And then usually have like a week and a half to 2 weeks after that, historically, to submit. And by that day, then you can like be guaranteed. So I have like a little game I'm working on. It's really simple, but uses all the new game kit stuff or gameplay kit stuff. So there's like AI in it and a bunch of neat things that's new in 9. I know we'll support the watch too. Just kind of, I don't have any watch games. I don't know. Not that I like sit here on my wrist and like play on it, but maybe, I don't know. Just for fun, really. Yeah, and then. What else? I don't know. Oh. No? Well, I was going to say a couple more things. Oh, why not? All right. So I was going to say a couple more things about the I don't know, I'm blanking. About the app. This guy's like first project. So, adding models to encapsulate everything has been really nice, or a big improvement. Also, like, he didn't use inheritance at all, which is fine. Like, I'm not like inheritance is the only way or anything, but there's this like a lot of it's like a web view, because they have like this complicated like view thing, and they just want to show their website. It's like fine if that's what you want, it's fine, but they have like a bunch of like the really long like pages. So there's a tab bar at the bottom that gets generated dynamically, and you can like tab, and it like switches the page in JavaScript. So it actually feels pretty good, even though it's a web view, because it's not just like a super long web page. So that said, there was one web view controller that just showed like that with the tab bar and all this stuff, and then was used in like 4 other places for like unrelated things to the tabs. But there's like all this logic for the tabs. There's also like a more view controller to show like if you hit like if there's more than 5 tabs, it makes its own and like shows a view controller or shows a table view with like all the stuff. So I made that its own view controller that you can initialize with an array of tabs, and it's all very straightforward. So like encapsulating all these things into little pieces makes it like so much easier and composable. So if I wanted to like take these pieces and use them in a different way, I can. Whereas before, or find something, it's like, oh, I want something in the more view controller. It's clearly like right here only, not in this huge mess of delegate methods in one like enormous view controller. So that's helped a lot. To just thinking like, how can I make like smaller pieces? And you can definitely go overboard with that, but I feel like if you're, this is a good example. Like if you hit the more button, you show a table view to cover the rest of your screen. Like it makes sense if that's what you're doing. Then like whatever's owning that thing that's presented should be its own view controller. Because the main screen doesn't care about it at all. It just knows when it should hide and show it. That's all it is concerned with. And that's all it does now. So that's been good. Using WK WebView, which is great. So enjoying that. And yeah. I don't know. A little foggy today, but the usual. Alrighty, well, I'm going to eat a popsicle, take a shower, and go to the office.